Who'd have thought that this tea bag was the answer to considerably more sales? I'll get into that, but first, look, I was exhausted. My launch had closed. I'd done everything. Maybe you can relate. But it turned out everything we've been taught about launches leaves a huge amount of money on the table, untapped. That could have been yours, and you could have helped more people, which would have been great. So what I'm about to show you is something I discovered that changes everything about launches, and it means that I make up to 18 times more money from the same email subscribers, all thanks to something to do with this tea bag.
The Email Marketing Show.
This is not theory, as you'd expect from me, right? So look, I ran a survey to find out why my subscribers who hadn't bought from my launch, why they hadn't bought. I said, hey, look, the launch is closed now, nothing for sale now, it's all closed, everything's good. Here's a quick survey. And the survey just basically said, hey, I noticed you registered for my launch, why didn't you buy, right? Very standard thing to do. So, and I just gave them some options. I didn't want people to have to type anything. I wanted to make it really, really simple. I was like, was it the price? Was it, you're not sure if it'll work for you and your situation, your market or whatever? Was it you don't have the time to implement it? Those kind of things. And I asked them to fill out the survey and literally just answer one question. Look, I'd spent 14 days launching this thing and like probably a month putting all the pieces together. You know, it's like putting an offer together. There's like a gazillion things that you've got to do, and you've got to do all of them right. So it's a lot of work every single time you launch a new offer. So when I sent out this survey, I was expecting people to come back and say, oh, I think it's the price. I wasn't sure it was going to work for me. Those kind of things. And I got, instead of lots of, like, I got lots of responses in the survey, but I also got a load of replies, which I wasn't expecting, right? A load of replies. And it was from tons of people saying, but they had a very different reason that I just hadn't even thought about. I don't think I would ever have thought about this. I was really, really shocked. And because of it, like when something shocks you, like it tends to change the way you think about something. And this totally changed the way that I think about marketing every product and service that I've ever been involved in, that I do for my clients, I do for myself. So I want you to, before I get into what it was, I want you to keep in mind, I'd spent 14 damn days launching this thing, right? You know how long these launches go on for. And some days I sent like three emails a day, sometimes, like towards the end, like when it was all closing and all that exciting bit. I just noticed my collar's all wonky. Why didn't nobody tell me? I hosted live webinars so they could actually get to meet me and I could build trust and all that sort of good stuff and have some interaction. We had videos where I taught them some stuff. We even had some pre-launch content to get them excited. I added in bonuses for people to take action part with the launch or the early buyers. I did all of the usual stuff that we're taught to do and that we've all seen all the big gurus doing. I did it all. So what was the number one reason people told me they didn't buy? What did they feel so strongly about that wasn't in the survey that they felt they should take the time, hit reply and type and tell me about? And this is what's crazy. And it's kind of getting towards this tea bag thing I mentioned earlier on. That wasn't just clickbait, I promise. They replied to my survey email and said, none of the options there really account for why I didn't join. The reason I didn't join was because I'm not really sure what the offer is. I'm not really sure what that product or service is. I was like, what? And I'll explain how we fix it in a second, right? But yes, 14 days of launching. All of those damn emails, all of those ads, going live, posting my groups, posting on social, all of that noise, affiliates, partners, all this stuff, all of this, everything taking over my life, working from early, getting up early, not leaving the house. And they didn't know what the bloody program was. And I'm like, what? And it makes sense. People have got lots of emails hitting their inbox. They've got so many messages and social posts on other platforms. And they've got life stuff going on. They've got stuff going on with their kids. They've got stuff going on with their partner. They're having a social life. They might be on holiday, whatever. And I realized how to fix it. And that's when the tea bag comes in. I want you to imagine your offer is this tea bag. Yorkshire tea, by the way. It's the way. This tea bag. And you put it into some boiling water and then you take it straight out again, what have you got? You've got weak tea. You've got bloody awful weak-ass tea. But if you leave the tea bag in for longer, it becomes potent and it becomes strong like a nice cup of tea, right? That's what we need to do with our offers. Think of your offer as this tea bag, right? We need to talk about the same offer for longer. We need to leave the tea bag in for longer. Let it sink in. Let it become potent. Let the message become strong. Let it get attention. And when we do that, that means, yes, we need to talk about our offer from a lot more angles. Like, we need to find new, interesting ways of talking about our offer. It also means we can talk about it from different angles that will appeal to different types of people. And one of those ideas that we send them will make somebody go, that's my reason to buy it. I hadn't thought about it that way. I need to buy it now for that reason, because it appeals to that person's what I call psychological buyer trigger. It causes them to go, boom, I'm in. And we appeal to different people. So we need to leave our tea bag in for longer. We need to talk about our offer for longer just to get seen, just to be understood. And in fact, I actually have made a completely free course called Email Marketing Sorted. And it's all about where I show you exactly how to talk about your offer for longer, right? And you can go and grab it for free at emailmarketingsorted.com. And I show you what to say in all these emails, the different email sequences that I use for my offers. There's actually 5 of them, right? And I'm going to show you the exact methodology that got me 18 times more sales of the same offer without growing my email list, like to the same subscribers, right? It's like mining more gold out of what you've already got. Whether you've got a massive email list or a small email list, getting 18 times or up to 18 times more sales would be good. That's literally like going from $27,000 in the bank to over $500,000 in the bank. Like, that's how big 18 times is. Like, put in this month's revenue. Think about what this month's revenue was, how much you made this month. Add a 0 to the end. That's 10 times. And it's almost double. It's almost like that again, right? It's almost 20 times. So it's a lot more. So you can get the whole course for free. It's called Email Marketing Sorted. It looks a bit like this. I've got a lovely picture of it somewhere. Here it is. Ta-da! There it is. It's a 5-module course. You can go and grab it. emailmarketingsorted.com. It's yours for free for tuning in. And here's a bonus lesson. For everyone who stuck around to the end, ask your non-buyers why they didn't buy. Because when you ask your non-buyers why they didn't buy, that is where you are going to get your best marketing insight. Without a doubt. Like, the decisions you'll make based on that, things you hadn't thought of because you're so inside the box, is amazing. So that's your bonus tip. But definitely go and check out how I do it. Go to emailmarketingsorted.com, and I'll see you in the next one.